What is the Filipino phrase of the week? Filipino, Tagalog, Visaya.
Oh, we did it again. We all looked at Mickey.
I know, just me,
like
right?
Mickey.
No, but it also is
I
on
can
her
do it.
shirt.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Fair. That's what
Shout out
inspired
Hassan.
it.
Okay.
Shout out for y'all entertainment.
So
I'll do the Bisaya one.
Tagalog, nakakaloka.
Hey.
Which is literally, that's crazy.
Bisaya, buang ka, which is you're crazy, or buang.
Buang.
Is crazy.
Buang.
Nakakaloka.
Nakakaloka.
Conception.
That's like nakakataka mo.
Nakakaloka.
Like that's
Yeah.
scary. What was that one again? I couldn't get that one.
Nakakatakot.
Nakakatakot.
Nakakaloka.
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 That's nakakaloka still.
Tell me you're from Scarborough without telling me you're from Scarborough.
I mean, added that to my vernacular and everyone's gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
Gonna become a thing
Nakakaloka.
soon.
Yo.
Nakakaloka.
Nakakaloka.
People don't understand what you say. Like, why are you
Still.
talking like a Scarborough man? They just don't get it if you're not
I mean,
from
you could take the
Scarborough.
girl out of Scarborough.
But you can't
but
take
you could take the Scarborough
Roots.
out of
Those roots are
girl.
deep.
Honestly, I was saying this to someone, like, people from Scarborough have such a huge sense of pride.
Yeah, I think so.
'Cause I don't-
rep Scarborough all the time.
That's so
All
crazy
day.
because the rest of Toronto like hates on it. They're like, ugh, Scarborough.
No, they-
I don't want to go to Scarborough.
No,
and get
they
shot.
hate on, like, Toronto, unless we're, like, winning something. But, like, they don't rep, like, I don't hear people go, Saga! Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'll hear
shy.
people claim Brampton, at least. Jesse Reyes is from Brampton.
Yeah, we have a lot of celebs from Brampton.
really?
Yeah.
Was it Daniel Caesar? Or is he
don't know.
East?
Daniel
Anyway.
Caesar?
Tristan Thompson is from Brampton.
Oh, true, true.
Yeah.
Problematic.
He's a Brampton man for sure.
bro.
For sure.
Nakakaloka.
Yeah, we didn't highlight. So you're for y'all. Hoodie. Love for y'all entertainment.
Season
Office
2,
Movers
season
just
2
came
Office
out.
Movers is coming out.
If you guys haven't watched that show, like that is Toronto coded. That is
You put it
so
on my
Toronto coded.
Every character in that show, you
know
know
in
that
real life.
person.
You
You've
know that
seen
person
this
in real life.
person. It's so funny.
Like, and it's so great that it's a Canadian show. It has that like corny Canadian
Yes.
feel.
Yeah.
But it feels like one big inside joke.
It is, yes.
love that.
And I like how, like, for y'all entertainment, like, if you look at their original, like, YouTube videos, like, I can see how the humor or their
Yo.
effects transferred into, like, a TV series.
100%. I'm a big fan of Judge Tycho. Judge
yes,
Tycho was
yeah.
huge for me.
What's with Andy? Marlon
Yeah.
Palmer's gonna be on
What
it.
Toronto man say.
Lucas, that Spanish dude, he's hilarious.
So coffee time?
Coffee
Coffee
time?
time?
Can we go to
I
coffee
say that
time?
every single time to my
It's
husband
country
now.
style, but he calls it coffee time. Yeah.
Which supposedly I heard from Jesse's Lumpia, that they have the best lumpia in the city.
Really?
So-
Oh, yes. Yeah. Coffee.
He's still on the hunt, of course, of the best lumpia in the world, but coffee
Yeah.
Coffee Time
And
has the
Scarbs.
best
No
lumpia
way.
in Scarborough so far.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Have you had it?
Nakakaloka.
Yeah.
No, I haven't
Hassan's
had it.
in Office
Yeah,
Movers
Hassan,
too.
and then this is Hassan's sweater.
And that's his sweater.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
I know.
Or Tings per capita.
Yo.
If anyone knows. He says when it comes to Carabana in Toronto, the Tings per capita go up.
Way up. I feel
So good. But
Shout
yes,
out
I'm very
Scarborough.
excited for season 2.
Yeah.
Also, the soundtrack.
They have a
to me,
soundtrack? Stop
if you're
this.
well, they don't have the official soundtrack, but like their intro, like it's Shocklear, Let's Ride.
Oh, yeah,
you know
yeah.
they played one of the episodes. They end with Keisha
Dun-dun-dun.
Shante. What happened to the boy you used to be?
Yeah.
Like it's all Toronto music.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's so nostalgic. It's a love
Yeah.
letter. It's corny. If you're like not from Toronto, you'd be like, do they actually talk like this?
Yeah, we
Unfortunately,
do.
yes.
yes.
I find it so endearing, you know?
I just think
It's cute.
It's funny. And also, you know what I think is so cool too, just because of our connection to like London. Like I think
the
it's
UK.
always so
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
that it's like Toronto and London, 2 separate countries, 2 separate continents, but both affected by Caribbean culture
And influence,
in the
yeah.
same way that like sometimes you'll watch British
Yeah, like Top Boy
content
stuff,
and you're
yeah.
like, yeah, watch Top Boy. We're like, we all get it. We all know it.
Yes.
We've seen those characters. So I wonder when they watch like that
Office Movers, how it
Office Movers,
translates.
if it's like the same sentiment. But
Yeah.
anyways.
I'm excited for season 2.
I think they like the show, guys.
Yeah, if you didn't pick up already.
And now I have to watch it, among
sure do.
other
Yes,
things
it's
like
coming out.
the Netflix show you guys talked
Actually,
about
by the
last
time
episode.
this airs, it'll be out.
yeah.
So definitely go check it out. It's on Crave.
Great.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
We're going to talk about mental health and the stigma and silence around it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh my
being
gosh.
dramatic.
I did something wrong.
But yes. So for so long, I'm sure in all of our families, mental health wasn't a topic at the Filipino table. It was a whisper, not a conversation. Huge advocate for it. I do therapy. I love saying like we're the healing generation.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Oh, for sure.
That part.
Yeah.
I love just saying with my parents, trauma. Generational trauma. Let's talk about it. And they just all get so uncomfortable. Like, stop talking.
I
Jeff.
think that word alone wasn't even dropped as often as it is now.
Yeah.
Which one?
Trauma.
Sorry. Oh, trauma. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, before trauma was like literal physical trauma, like ER, like your arm is getting
Yes.
cut off.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And now it's being used as an emotional sense.
Like our parents don't talk about their upbringing and then relate it back to like trauma, and that's how it's shaped how they move in society now.
Yeah.
I think for our parents, they don't know even how to identify it as trauma because
Yes.
it just became so normalized. And again, it's not talked about, right?
Yes.
So they're just
Yeah.
like, oh, well, this is just life.
It's good, bad, unfortunate. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Just continue. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's no
Yeah.
acknowledgement of, oh my God, that was so traumatizing.
Yeah.
I overheard like a tita, like they were saying like, oh, did you know that he takes therapy now? And I had to kind of interject and be like, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Like, and
Yeah.
I was promoting it, but I understand why they would say it in that sense, because to them it means like, there was
Something's
once
wrong
upon a
with you.
time where doing therapy meant you're
crazy.
crazy.
Nakakaloco, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nakakaloka. Like, honestly, I didn't say, what's it? Nakakaloka. There we go.
Yeah.
And buang.
Buang.
So I think it also is too with trauma. We always tend to lean to, oh, trauma is significant. This huge event happened, and that's what makes it trauma. But trauma could just be like every day your parents not telling you out loud that they love you.
Yeah,
right.
or that
Like
they're proud of you.
could be trauma, and that's something that my dad's told me. Like he said that his parents have never said that to him.
Yes.
But like they showed it. Obviously, they showed it by taking care of you, by making you
Right.
food. Like they showed love. But he told me he's never actually like heard the words "I love you."
I hear that a lot in the Filipino community that food is the number one language.
Yeah.
They're
Are
not
you
usually
hungry?
told the affirmations
Yeah.
and like the flowers aren't given. It's like, hey, eat. Hey, I made you lunch.
Yeah.
Like that's a constant.
Cutting
It's-
a fruit.
They're like, I feel like the older generation, it's easier for them to pick at you or call out the bad things, but they think they're doing you a service or a favor because they are like telling you what not to do, and totally disregarding the like power of when you uplift or inspire or use positive reinforcement. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Which paves a way on how you
Yeah.
receive love and how
Yeah.
you
Absolutely.
receive compliments and how you receive the things that people are telling you about yourself and what you're doing well on.
And
And
I
you give it.
Yeah, you give it.
Yeah.
And I think if you didn't grow up with it, it's also hard for you to, again, breaking those generational traumas, right?
Yeah.
So, like, for him, he didn't hear, I love you, but he would tell me, I love you all the time. He tells his grandkids, I love you all the time. But one thing he hasn't said to me, he hasn't said, I'm proud of you. And I think mostly, again, with starting this podcast, I'm like, Dad, look, I'm on YouTube. Dad, look, I'm on TV. Dad, look, I'm starting a baking business, right? It's like I'm doing all these things. I know that he's proud of me.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know that he can say the words because for him, he didn't receive that type of verbal affirmation. So I was like, I don't doubt it, but it's like, it'd be nice for you to say it.
and my big the SEIU event. So I didn't share this with you. I had a crazy emotional day. So much was happening, and I was like so caught off guard. And I remember I went home. Anyways, the day will happen. All the things happen. I'm feeling all the things. I go home and like just to vent. Like I went to my mom. I'm like, all these things happened today, and I'm like crying. And then like she was like, to finish everything off, she was like, well, I'm so proud of you that you're so strong and that you're able to. And then it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna start to cry even more because I'm like, but it was also just like, to your point, we don't hear it often,
Yeah.
right? And I know they love us.
Yeah.
That they are. I don't doubt that they are, but that verbal confirmation
Yeah, and
or
affirmation
goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
To add to that, I was having this conversation with my siblings that, when our parents had us, depending on where you are on the line, like our parents are also growing with us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you grow up with different parents than your siblings.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
You guys
We do.
are getting
Given.
different
Yeah.
experiences than your siblings. I think I'm the youngest and I received a different experience. So keeping that in mind when it comes down to like them learning how to navigate life and what works or what should we apply more of and where and yeah.
Yeah. Totally feel that.
I think there's also something to be said about like survival mode, the immigrant story.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
You know, part of that Canadian immigrant story is like, be good, stay out the way, do what you're supposed to do, hard work. Exactly. Then there's that element as well. So it's like, if something bad happens to you, it's also like, I don't know if they kind of look at it as like, well, you're in Canada and you have all these, we're given all this opportunity. So like, don't,
Complain
I can't, like you can't, you're not allowed to complain. And maybe it's not even necessarily complaining, right? Like you had a really bad day. Like you should be able to acknowledge that and talk about that instead of just shutting it out or distracting.
Yeah, I think often like complaining would be the word they would use instead of acknowledgement.
Yes.
Or express, like even just expressing,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Like you're expressing how you feel, like, oh, you're complaining.
Yes.
But honestly, I've noticed that it's very dangerous not to talk about it. And
for
I didn't
sure.
find out until like maybe 2 or 3 years ago that my Lola was on antidepressants. And she was on antidepressants from when she was like 22 years old. So pretty much her whole life. And she used to like, I need my meds. We thought she was joking. But, like my cousin, as she was getting older, getting close to end of life, like more of us spent time taking care of her. My cousin actually looked into her meds because we were both psych degrees. She's like, did you know Mama was taking antidepressants? And I was like, what? No. She's like, when she's talking about her meds, she means actually her meds because she's crazy. And I'm like, what?
Oh, wow.
So again, she was probably 70. So she was maybe diagnosed 40, 50 years ago when they didn't have the technology and studies that we have now. So it's like she could potentially have a diagnosable mental health disorder or disease that we don't know about, but is carried on genetically. And like there have been struggles with mental health with myself, with my sibling, with my cousins. Like, but does that stem from a genetic base? It could, but it was never talked about and it was never shared. So we weren't even aware growing up to like look out for some of these symptoms and signs. So like I think holding it in has caused a lot more damage as now things are being revealed later on. We're like, oh man, we could have intervened earlier. Or if I knew I was susceptible to this,
Yes.
I would have maybe handled things differently, gotten therapy earlier.
True.
Yeah. Like I talk about how I go to therapy, and I remember when I first started, my mom's like, why do you have to go to therapy? Like, do you need it? And I'm like, I think I do. Like,
Everybody can benefit from therapy.
And what I've learned from therapy, I now encourage anybody and everybody to go. And so many of my friends are now using my therapist, which is great. But I almost want to beg my parents, like, please go, like individual couple therapy.
Yeah.
I've learned so much in this past few years about myself that I never would have discovered on my own.
Yeah.
So you just want to keep sharing that. It's like there's nothing wrong with it. The stigma should go away. There isn't trauma. Like you shouldn't be traumatized by going to see somebody.
Yeah.
And now, like when I talk to my parents or anybody older about some of the things that they went through, or if we're pinpointing like, hey, this is an area of struggle for you.
Yeah.
Can we unpack that and talk about it?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I don't think so. Like, I've acknowledged that this is how my life is, and I'm just going to keep going. And I say, okay,
that seems to be a big thing
I
in that
understand. That's how you feel. I don't think it's healthy. I hope that you seek some kind of help or but I'm just letting you know, like, I genuinely don't think that's healthy for you. And then as they go on in life and they just continue, because they have so much pride. You talk about Filipino pride, and now it's kind of in a negative way, so much pride to ask for help. You don't know what to do.
Yeah, for sure.
I honestly am trying to change the narrative that like physical health is the same as mental health. Like you have a family doctor, right? Your family doctor looks after your blood levels, your iron, your insulin, whatever that may be. Your therapist would look after your emotions, your thought process,
your mind.
Your mind, the things that you think about yourself, your goals and aspirations in life. So that is just equally as important as your physical health.
No, for sure. And actually a good resource, like, just for as an entrepreneur, so I know financially sometimes it's hard. Like it's also easy to be like, go get therapy. Then you see therapy prices and you're like, okay. Then there's that conversation of like how often, but
Rocket Doctor
resource. If at least it's like a short term option is that if you have a family doctor, you can ask them for therapy sessions and you can get connected with like a specialized like social worker, and it's like you get a short term, like, so it's like 6 to 8 sessions, and your first, like, I guess intake session you can talk about like what you want to do, then if you have like a short term goal that you want to focus on, so that's an option that I didn't know until like recently.
And there's also a website, it's called affordabletherapynetwork.com.
There you go.
And it's a list of therapists, so the ranges start between like $25 to $70 an hour. They have in-person and they have virtual sessions as well. So that's a really great way to just get your foot in the door in an affordable way.
Be careful with ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
I know a lot of people go to it, but you have to be careful now, because now as it advances, we also are learning more about AI. But like sometimes it also just like coddles whatever you're going through or makes you feel better, and not necessarily
Sometimes it's a
is
yes
that,
man.
Yeah, that
and you don't
that
need
point
a
of
yes
view
man.
that you need. And also maybe it's a little late, but as a disclaimer, obviously none of us are claiming to be mental health experts. We're just, four friends coming together to talk that, and hopefully you can take something from this conversation. But yeah, great to know that we have those resources.
Yeah.
For
And
language,
sorry, go ahead.
No, just language justice as well. Justine has shared people who speak Tagalog, like Tagalog therapists. So if language is a barrier for you, there are resources for you in our community with that as well.
Oh, perfect.
So you can share that.
I did not know that. That's great.
That's amazing.
Which is like, I'm sure there's already like a hurdle when it comes to
Sharing.
English or
Yeah.
sharing, but English not being your first
Yeah.
language,
Yes.
right? Like people are more hesitant to share when they don't feel that confident in that language. So that's also good to know.
I will say that is the benefit of this generation, is there's something for everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can find what you need, and it's like one click away.
Yeah.
But yes, power in conversation, guys.
Absolutely.
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
This is probably a really important question. I know how much religion plays a factor, especially in the Filipino culture. So how does that impact the need to kind of appear strong and shape the silence around mental health and be like, I'm not suffering, I'm okay?
I think that kind of like goes back to like that survival mode, that immigrant story. Like it's that feeling of like, yo, if I don't figure this out, like, or there's no one to save you. So like that need to,
Power
be
and prayer.
strong. Yeah.
That being said, do you feel like in the generation we are, do you feel like talking about our mental health is a privilege? Because when you say that, like the survival instinct of coming here is like, well, it's do or die. I either make it or I don't.
No,
I don't have
100%.
time to be sad or think about my feelings. I don't have a choice.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ding.
Okay, well, we'll leave a few seconds to let that marinate, because oh my God.
Because that just occurred to me, right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Because like, especially the generations that move here, is like they dealt with the trauma of leaving your family behind. That's traumatic. And then starting somewhere brand new, you might know the language, you might not. You might be able to make food this week, you might not. But it's such a hustle struggle when you first arrive here. It's like your mental health actually doesn't take precedence versus like your physical health and well-being and your shelter and your food.
Yes.
Like maybe we are privileged to even be talking about the fact that we can prioritize this now.
I 100% agree with that phrase. I see how it shows up for some of my titas and titos, where it's like how they'll just respond to certain things, but I can tell that it like that comes from something deeply rooted, or
Yes.
like, when you came here, it's like, you didn't have a chance to think of your mental health because you're working a 12-hour shift. It's
Yep.
physical, and I have to go to sleep and I have to make sure that I cook dinner for the kids and the kids are good. And you know what I mean? Like it's a
don't have
complete
time.
privilege. Yeah.
I grew up with parents that since we came to Canada, they just worked, and they worked hard, and they worked long, and they only retired during COVID.
Yeah.
And it was with the dream to provide for us as the immediate family, but also to provide back home.
Yeah.
And I don't think hard work could even really define what it is they were doing. I don't think exactly what you said. They don't have time. It's just, I need to make it better for my kids. I need to make it better for my family.
Yeah.
They had the foresight to know that if we do this, then we could set everyone else up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's the selflessness of that, which this is such an emotional conversation.
And like, I know my dad and his siblings, they talk about like they didn't get to do extracurriculars growing up, right? Like they didn't get to go to dance or volleyball or whatever it is. And now my tita, when she had her daughters, she made sure her daughters were doing competitive dance and that they had everything they didn't want. But when I look at it, my Lola didn't work. She was a full-time caregiver. My Lolo worked 16-hour days, 6 days a week in the South Scarborough Detention Center. So he was a police officer in the guards and in the jails. I'm like, that does a lot to your mental health.
Loca.
Like, really, literally. So, but like, that's not something that's talked about or even acknowledged. So he's working hard in a mentally draining facility as well. And you don't get to see your kids.
With
and
lack
they didn't,
of conversation.
and so they don't get that luxury. Right. So, but even that's a small example of trauma, right? Like at my tita, I didn't get to go to dance classes when I was growing up. It's not impactful. It was not necessarily intentionally harmful, but that's something that she always remembers she misses out on. So she made it very intentional purpose. I'm going to make sure my daughters get to do this. Right. Because that's an example of trauma without it being trauma.
Right.
Right.
for sure.
Right.
Yeah, no, I was trying to think.
I know it's heavy. I'm like,
I think it's also important as we have this discussion too. I think like as we we're getting older, the shifts of adult and roles within the families changes. So I also feel like it's important to know this because now it's like you understand, like, yes, your parents or your titas and titos can be like so annoying or they come down on you in a certain way, but like knowing this, like there's also a part of it that's like it's not their fault, you know, and not to discredit or like justify shitty behavior, you know, but like you can't, that's just they were born with it and they've been in this mode for so long they don't know anything else. So it's like, am I gonna waste my energy into like being so offended that you called me fat, like, you know what I mean? Or it's just like accepting, bro, you came from a different time, you don't know how else to, whatever, and there's like that acceptance, which I think also kind of brings some form of peace for yourself as well.
But this is why I think being a storyteller is so important, because it could be like you're having a conversation, be like, well, I didn't have that, so why can't you just be grateful, right? So just those very vague phrases where you're like, okay, they just freaked out, I have no idea why they
when do you
freaked out.
choose to not be a victim, or like we have the power to choose not to be victims, as opposed to they just had to keep up.
But it's like, hey,
whatever.
why don't you explain that to me? How was your upbringing? Let's have a conversation. Did your parents do something you didn't like? But again, make it a conversation. Don't be telling me a story and be like, see, be grateful. Like, you know? You know what I mean?
I felt that too.
Like, you know, like,
Why do you always want to fight?
But it's like I don't know anything about you. I don't know how you were feeling as a kid and how those emotions are translating and how you want me to accept them, learn a lesson from it, and then absorb that, teach that to my kids.
Yes.
So let's have that conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
So
wow, that was
sorry, I didn't mean to yell.
I think
I
the
love you,
hard
Dad.
part is that they have to look at themselves first.
Yes.
And they have to look internally first to even give you those
ready to
answers.
do that?
You guys, I'm so passionate. I'm so passionate. Like, my name is Baking My Feels for a reason.
Yes.
Like, I am very strong passion. My actual end career goal is to be a counselor and therapist. Like, that's my long-term goal.
It's so good of you.
I would totally go to you.
For my session.
So it's hard, and like, even so bringing back the question around religion, right? A lot of the times, especially in our upbringing, it's like, okay, something bad's going to pray about it. God will take care of it. And there is some understanding around that, but the best phrase I've heard from one of my friends is that your trauma and your mental health is not your fault. But it is your responsibility.
Yes.
It's your responsibility to take care of it. So it's not your fault the way that you are. It's not your fault the thought process.
Still.
But it's your responsibility to understand and address. And like, there may be some characteristics that, like, you know, I understand that and I'm not going to change that about myself.
Yes.
And maybe there are some characteristics that you are going to change, but you have to look at yourself first before you can even do that.
What did I hear? Trauma and emotions are not an excuse for poor behavior.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so funny when I'll try to address this with my parents, and all of a sudden my mom will get super hyper and be like, okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore. And I'm like, okay, but like, we need to talk about it. And she's like, no, I don't want to talk about it. And she'll just completely
shut
change
down.
it.
And then it's done.
They
And
shut
It
down.
makes me so sad because I'm like,
does.
I want to hear what you have to say. What are you going through?
Yes.
And
for sure.
the R word, it hasn't come up yet, but resilience. And I've been watching so much content on how being raised by Filipino parents make you such an incredible employee, essentially.
Really?
Right? Because
I know that series. I love that series.
But the resilience part I heard yesterday during that event is we need to stop romanticizing resilience. Being a resilient Filipino, that shouldn't be like, oh, look at all the things I went through. There needs to be some point of reflection, and we talk about cycles and stuff. Fine. Maybe in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, while you're surviving.
Yeah.
Now maybe you're in your late 40s, 50s. Can you take a moment to be like, I've made it so far. I've gone through everything. My family is set up. Now I need to start taking care of myself. Can that be that point in their life where they acknowledge
Can we
that?
drop the mic?
Right?
But I want to tell my parents, like, okay, maybe you're not 100% set, but you're good. Your kids are good.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not even good, but they're okay.
Yeah.
Please take a moment to be like, I love myself. I look at everything that I've accomplished for my family. We came to the Philippines when we were 4 years old. Everyone's good. Now I love myself enough to be like, I'm going to take care of me. I think that's where it needs to change, because I get it. Survival mode's hard. And your kids are like, we're spoiled. We are so privileged. Like you guys were talking about that. And it's so true. They didn't have this time to sit. And they'll always, and my mom will be like, oh, must be nice to have a work from home day. And it is nice. And, you know,
It's very nice.
and it's like, salt in the wound, but
Yeah.
it's true. That's such a privilege to even be
Yes.
sitting here and having the time to do something like this.
Yeah.
They don't have that. They're
Yeah.
still working. So it's
Yeah.
like, at some point it has to flip and be like, okay, I'm your child. I want you to take care of you. What can I do to help support you? And I've said to her, do you want therapy? I'll pay for therapy. If it's once a year that I have to, like, our siblings have to do that,
Yeah.
I'll hold your hand, come with you, do it. Will you do it?
Yeah.
Because if you say yes, that will potentially change your life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's just the openness to, we understand everything you went through,
Yeah.
but now I'm here for you as your daughter. Like, come with me. I'm going to cry.
Yeah, no. No, I feel you. You're making me emotional
No, like
because
that right there is a sign of love. Like that is the most intimate love you can have for your parents. And you know what? I think before, taking care of the older generation meant like literally physically taking care of
Yes.
them,
Yes.
right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, when they're older, I'll cook for you, I'll clean for you, whatever. But I think it's our job now to also help with their mental health.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I think the best way to describe it is like in school, we learn math. We learn addition, subtraction, multiplication. If I go to my 4-year-old and say, what's 5 times 5? She has no idea because she was never taught it. So if we say, how are you feeling? Why do you think that way?
Yeah.
They don't know
Great
because they were
analogy.
never taught it. They were never taught
Yeah.
to look inwards. They were never taught to question or learn
Yeah.
these things about themselves. So we're asking them of something that was never a part of their upbringing, that they
Yeah.
were never taught in schools, never taught in their households. So part of it, we really do have to do that hand holding
Yeah.
for them.
For sure.
Stop crying through your glasses.
We made it through one question and we're already crying.
I want to talk about habits because obviously from our upbringing, we're going to inherit things from our parents. So what did you gain from your parents or what are you trying to unlearn?
Gain. So have you learned like what we like about what we got
Maybe
from
what
them?
we like, what we don't like, a little column A, a little column B.
Are they watching?
Dad, turn off the TV now.
Play that clip. I feel like you should post that.
Don't talk to me. Talk to your mom.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
For anyone who doesn't know, yeah, I played a prank on my parents saying that I was going to get the dog baptized and recorded their reactions, and it's pretty funny.
Please check the Instagram. We will post it.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of like, and honestly, like I can say this because like literally me and my dad will joke about it, or he'll say like, you got it from me. But like, yeah, my temper, like how like that, my innate reaction is to be like, like yell or get angry and be upset. Yeah, it's something I've inherited. And like I said, me and my dad have totally had conversations around this. We joke about it. But that's something I've inherited and something that I've had to unlearn and how to deal with that in the real world because you can't do that in a boardroom. Yeah, you can't do it at work. But it also just feels like like an instinctual thing to do, so it's like you have to counter that, or like, how do I be a better person? Yeah, exactly, and not just default to like that's just how I am, and like you deal with it, you know.
Yeah.
So, but that's like years in the making, and I still slip. I'm human. It's not like I don't get angry. Like I still do. But that's been a journey within itself for sure. Also being very, very like emotional, and not to say like my mom is like, I want to say like all the Dolorosa women in our family, like we've made jokes about that as well, where it's like we're crybabies. We cry at everything, and it's like we can be super emotional and sensitive. But again, like that is my response. But then how do you actually deal with that in real time, real life experiences in the real world? Those are my things. Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
More negative. I don't know. Well, not negative. I'm just like sharing and being open. But
Little column B
yeah,
right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
more
yeah,
color
yeah.
B right now. Yeah, for
I
sure.
can piggyback on that though. Anger for sure.
Yeah.
Really?
A few holes in the walls.
no.
You know,
Oh, wow.
that can,
Messy Jessie.
no, but like, and I see it's so funny. Don't make me laugh. It's so funny now because like every one of my siblings can be like, okay, one of us has broken a wall. You know, like there's some patches.
My sister,
That
my
hole
brother
is
is
from
definitely
Jess.
broken.
So
Yeah.
that hole's from Kuya.
Yeah.
That was just like how we, and like hyperness. Both my parents are like hyper. So just so reactive, especially if we're all disagreeing. You should just see us all jump in. It's like a mess. But we're so passionate too. So I think, yeah, we just like, we're pretty like aggressive when we speak. And shout out to Michael, who's really calmed me down.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and I'm a texter. I don't really like fighting in person because I can be really mean and say nasty things. So I'm like, oh. So then I've learned how to put up, but that's also something I've inherited from like my elders too, is like we all have sharp tongues. So now when I'm in the middle of a fight, I'll be like, okay, I don't want to talk, so I'm going to leave. And then I'm going to text how I'm feeling. And then that's a more productive way for us to argue, I've found.
Yeah.
The positive things I've learned from my parents, they had me when they were 18. So just like incredibly hardworking. And I know that's a Filipino attribute. We're hard workers and we're hospitable. But one thing I really love about both of them is they're like chameleons. No matter where they are, who they're talking to, they do such a great job of blending in and knowing how and when to talk. So that's something I've learned from them, that I feel like Filipinos don't get enough credit for that.
Yes.
We
Our
are
ability to
social
code switch?
Yes.
Yeah.
Social butterflies, code switching,
Yes.
just knowing the space and really getting along with everybody.
Yes,
That's
but
something I
bunkering down and doing the work. If we got a job to
Yes.
do, like
Yeah.
that
Yes.
balance of the two. But also, just I want to take a moment before I regret it. But like mom and dad, obviously, I've gained so many wonderful and positive things from you guys as well that I'm super proud to like show off.
Yeah.
So just wanted to.
You've
or else
raised
my-
an amazing
my heart-
daughter.
We love
my
her.
heart would
So
feel
it
bad
shows.
if I
Yeah.
didn't acknowledge that
I
side
mean, you're
as well.
so loved, and that means that it's a testament to what they've done, right?
100%, yeah.
It
See?
shows in who you
Yeah,
are.
absolutely. And I'm actually really glad, because I'm sitting here like thinking, what is mine? Mine is the exact opposite of everything you just said.
Oh wow!
So when it comes, something that I'm trying to unlearn is like when conflict happens or when challenges happen, I've learned, or I used to be very silent, like the silent treatment type. I shut down. We're not talking. It's over. Like it'll be over when my feelings are done, and we're never going to readdress it again. It's just the situation is done.
Yeah.
That's something in my marriage I've gotten a lot better at, is discussing things in the moment. Like I'm not one to be like cussing and calling names. Like we don't fight or argue like that. But he will be like, he will literally be like, no, we're going to talk about this in a calm, respectful way. You're going to tell me your perspective. I'm going to tell you my perspective. We're going to figure out somewhere in the middle. Like I didn't grow up having those type of tough conversations. Whenever a conflict happened, it was very much internalized and everyone's silent and we don't talk about it. So that is something I'm going to learn. So literally the exact opposite. And then same thing with being social. Like I don't find my parents to be very social people. Like I didn't grow up with them having like a lot of friends. They both each have maybe like one or two friends each.
Yeah.
And so myself, and I tell you guys this all the time, like I identify as someone with like social anxiety, or like I'm antisocial or introverted. But when people talk to me, they're like, no, you aren't. So like, what are you,
As like hello. As you
She's
can see.
so
what are
cool.
you talking about? You're literally on a podcast.
Seen her dance moves.
Loca.
But I think
So-
that self-identification I gave myself was just learned behavior over time, because like I didn't socialize a lot when I was younger, because I didn't really see my parents socialize. They didn't model that for me the way it was modeled for you. So now again, I'm like stepping out of my comfort zone, and as an adult, I'm learning these
Lucky
new
us.
skills. That I didn't get as a child. Again, not necessarily negative. But that was just my experience. Something positive I will say is the same thing with like hard workers. Is both of my parents are overachievers. So I think myself, some people see like the negative to it, but I really like being an overachiever. I like striving for greatness.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like to me, is like a good is not good enough. I want to be great. No matter what it is, I want to be great. And that's definitely something that I learned from them and I appreciate.
And I wish more Filipinos would stand in that, like Filipino excellence.
Yeah.
Yes.
We do not have to. I'm sorry. We don't have to stop. We are not
That
at
was
the
great.
bottom. We are not in the middle. You can be CEOs. You can be entrepreneurs.
Tell
Like
them
you
again.
can do whatever you want. Don't
Manny
let
Pacquiao.
anyone cap you. Like I hate when people are like, oh, like are you going to be a nurse? Are you going to be this? Or I told Maddie, you can be whatever the hell you want to be.
Yeah.
Don't ever let
Not the
somebody
finger.
put you in a box and be like, oh, you're Filipino, you're this, you're going to be that. It's like, no, I'm going to be whatever the hell I want to be.
Yeah.
And you should always be striving for Filipino excellence all the time.
Love
Same,
that.
I love that.
Clip
I
it.
almost want to
run
end it here. I don't
post.
know.
No, we have to go now.
No, I was gonna say, I think to piggyback off again, I think it's I wouldn't say aggressiveness. I think I'm very defensive, and I don't know if I get that. No, I get it from my dad. Dad, I love you. I just mean like it's a reactive like, what do you mean? Like it's just this instant. But I want to highlight that what I've learned from my dad growing up is the way to show love in action.
Yes.
I feel like
yeah,
we
for
piggybacked it a lot.
For sure.
We talked about it in our last episode, but just being able to do things with acts of service, whether it's food, whether it's helping with a move, whether it's fixing a light, like anything and everything that is with thought and with intention, and it's the most smallest, minute actions. I really learned from my dad that you can brighten someone's day like that.
Yeah.
And then from my mom always, I will cry. Oh my gosh. My mom, I grew up with a mom that always built me up. She always had Post-it notes on my mirror. Yes,
I love that.
I have all of them too.
Yeah.
And even as a teenager in my bad Anna Karina era, she never overstepped the boundary of personal space. So we used to have a journal that we shared because she didn't want to infiltrate my space.
Yeah.
So she would talk to me in letters.
I love that so much.
Kind of like why you like texting. I think
Yeah.
there's kind of like something similar there.
I've learned that through words, you can really make someone's day. And I think my mom has always built me up
That's so
to
beautiful.
believe in anything that I do, that I can do it.
That's so beautiful.
Yes. So
Hi, Tita. Hi, super
Tita.
fan, Tita.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to meet you.
I know. She is OG super fan,
she
Tita
is
SALITA, for
she
sure.
is the greatest. Also, the comments on the YouTube channel, that's always my mom.
LOL.
But yeah, so
I wonder if that's also like a common thing with like the immigrant story as well, or like the old generation before us, where it's like English is not your first language. You come here, you work hard, and like maybe I'm not the most well spoken, but like those actions, like that's why you show up. Like maybe I wonder if there's like a connection there of some sort to. Do you know what I mean? Or I don't know. I'm not finishing the sentence, but
no, I get what you're saying, but I also, now saying it out loud, it makes me see how my parents' marriage for almost 50 years coming to, the balance of those two. My mom being such a strong speaker, but my dad being such a strong giver in action. And the balance of that unity.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Stunning.
hi, Tita. Hi,
Filipino excellence.
Filipino excellence.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh my god, I'm
my
gonna
gosh.
cry. Okay.
Nakakaloco.
Thanks, mom and dad.
Thanks,
Yeah,
mom and
so
You
dad.
see all the
Thanks, Mom
different
and
tita and
Dad.
titos.
And
Just like-
titas, titos, give them all a hug.
Yes.
Give them their flowers. Give them the bulaklugs.
I said it last season. I'm going to say it again. Love on your parents. Give them grace. Nobody's getting younger. And just understand that we are all growing together. So yeah, give your parents a hug right now.
It's their first time going
Yes.
through everything as well. What would you say to your younger self who didn't have the words for what you feel now?
How long do you have?
I know, right? It's an hour special.
You're so funny.
Okay, what would I say to my younger self who didn't have the words for what you feel now?
I can start because I
Go for it. Yeah, I
to
need a
myself
second.
Literally. Talk to myself.
My therapist told me, and she's like, "Why do you keep mentioning that you're like a teen mom, right?" And that was my moment in therapy where I'm like, "This works, guys." But I would say to my younger self, "You're gonna make so many mistakes. Do not let them define you. And just because you do one thing, it's not gonna dictate the rest of your life. You can restart, rebuild, reclaim whenever you want."
I needed that myself right now. Right now, I needed that.
I'm just going to
That
say
was great.
Filipino excellence to everything.
Filipino excellence. Okay. Yours is super deep. Mine's a little. I feel like it's short, but I don't know. I feel like because I'm such an emotional kid, and then I like growing up, I struggle to defend myself, speak up for myself. So I almost wonder if giving younger self advice to just journal more, so then I'm aware of my voice and my opinion, or having the space to dissect and unpack whatever happened to me that day. I don't know.
I like
It's
that.
very
Yeah.
reflective. I love that.
You?
I think I would say people like you and you are super cool.
Super duper cool.
I love that. I needed that.
Super
I needed
duper
that
cool.
advice right now.
And again,
I need all the advice.
I'm realizing that because honestly, my whole social anxiety thing was the fear of like, oh my God, people think I'm weird or I'm a loser or I'm this. And again, also being mixed race is like, I'm not black enough, I'm not Asian enough, people don't like me. So I felt very introverted because I was very scared to show people who I am.
But you know what that is, though? I think it's hyper beautiful when somebody is unaware of how beautiful and how cool they
Yes.
are.
Yeah.
It does make them like the
You're
aura.
even more likable.
More aura.
Because there's
Yes.
people that are like, oh my God, I'm so cool.
Yeah.
I hate those people.
I know. How do
do you know
why we
you're so
don't talk to them.
cool?
So anyways, that's why my words are super duper cringe, because I will live in my cringe and I've become more comfortable with it. I'm like, it's okay if people think that I'm cringe,
Yeah.
because some people think that I'm cool. So
And I
Yeah.
love when
it'll
people
balance
are like,
out.
I'm
Or they're
weird.
relatable to
I
the
love when
cringe.
people say
Like-
I'm weird. It's like, oh, I'm weird too. Like, how
Yeah.
are you weird?
And I think,
Yeah.
again, I would tell myself, everybody, literally everybody is weird.
Yeah.
Super
Facts.
weird.
Yeah, I just seen a interview with Doja Cat. She's like, you're gonna make someone cringe. Like everybody's
Yeah.
cringing off somebody,
Something.
Yeah.
and then they're gonna forget about it tomorrow, which is
Yeah.
what I also said. So you might as well just be yourself.
Yeah. That's what I would say. Yeah. Last one.
I think I would tell myself that you're gonna pivot a lot in life, and it's okay. And you are
Pivot.
gonna chase dreams, and you're gonna don't ever stop chasing them. Believe in them. Don't think it's silly, because you will get there, and you're gonna have the people that believe in you. You're gonna have people that don't, but you just keep doing it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I needed that advice.
We all need that too.
I need all the advice.
Let's tell it all of us all letters to ourselves.
All right.
Shout out our parents. We love you.
We love you very
guys
much.
so much.
Mahal kita.
Conception.
All right. Until next time, ladies. Ingat.